All right, now that we finally got the game to load, welcome to Minetest Gameplay, episode 57. Yeah. And we have a lot of interesting things in this episode. A couple new mods, and we're going to go visit a treehouse, but not like you've seen. So, if you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing. It's greatly appreciated. And it is a gorgeous day in Minetestville, in my world. Not only that, in Chicago, it just this whole week. And we don't have weather in Chicago like normal parts of the world. It could be 50 degrees and cold 1 minute, and then next week it's 94 degrees. And they say if you don't like the weather in Chicago, just wait 15 minutes and it'll change. And that's true. So we're up here at the waterfall house, and as you can see, I overdid it on my trees. I did not anticipate all the saplings that I put. I didn't anticipate what they were going to do. And there they are. So I went crazy with some oak trees, and I wanted to make an oak tree forest. And I did. I successfully oak treed the living daylights out of my forest. But it turned out really good. So, well, in my mind, I was playing, in the other episodes, I was playing with the forest soil. So I wanted a path, and there's not suitable material to make like a prairie path that pleases me. I could probably use sand or silver sand, or there's a couple different materials I could use. I'm not really fond of the gravel, but the compressed cobblestone I like. So I'm working on that. But so what I did is I just blended the 4 different soil types. So if we go in here to my bags, we have forest soil 2, 3, 4, and 1, obviously. And it's different varying textures of soil, of forest soil. So I tried to make it to where this was, a path that's normally taken. And then we come over here to this. How many times, or even people, how many of you guys had a treehouse growing up? I didn't, but I had friends that had a treehouse similar to this. So let's go take a quick look at this treehouse. I used a rope, a rope ladder. Wow. It gets a little hot outside and I can't talk. But I really like the way this turned out. It's just a simple kids like tree fort with a trapdoor. If I can get centered on. Oop. Oh, let me up. See, I'm not centered on because of the trapdoor there. There we go. So that turned out really cool. And it's nothing, it doesn't have to be real pretty, because usually they were made just of scrap wood and stuff like that. And these are from these wooden panels were taken from here, the table saw. So I just put wood in and created, I don't have any wood. So let's do this. So I just used these panels, and then the corners I used this like L, and it was thin enough to where it gave the look that I wanted. So if you look at that, that's real nice and thin. And I think it turned out really cool. And that rope ladder, that'll go as far down as you need it. So I don't have, let's see, that's forest soil 2. No, that's not forest soil 2. Let's take 1. And yep. Take one of those. Why not? So what happens is you click it, or you remove the node, and it's going to prove me wrong. It did go down before. I don't know why it didn't do it this time. Huh. Because I used a rope ladder in there. Basically, it'll go down to wherever you need it to. But last time I took that out, it went down even farther. So we go in here, look for our rope ladder. Yeah, see? It goes down. There you go. Cool. Very cool. So in the comments, somebody commented that the fern trees only grow in sand. Well, every time I plant it in sand, it dies. So we'll go test that theory again. But walking along the path, and I really, like I said, I really overdid it with these oak trees. But I like the way it turned out, and I like over here where, you know, it's dark. And when all of a sudden when these saplings turned into the trees, I'm looking around going, I don't know where I'm at right now. But then you can walk off into the ocean here. So I have some more playing around with these soils, and I have a lot more trees to do because I want to carry that path all the way over until it gets to the desert biome. See, now here's sand. So let's plant one. That's a tree fern sapling. When we come back, it's right next to this dried grass. When we come back, it will be dried grass. That was too quick. And we come up all the way over here by the former treehouse. So I really do like, if you know, you're on the outskirts of a forest in real life, and there you go. I might take that poplar tree out because it kind of doesn't fit. Like I said, I went absolutely crazy with the tree spawns. So another mod that I added, let's go over here. I got some landscaping to do. I was looking at a couple of those, more of those my mods from that person, you know, my fence, my soffit, my fascia, my decks. And I love these mods. This is, I can't remember what that came from. Mylandscaping, duh. So these are pavers from Mylandscaping. The only, and so is this is the retaining walls from Mylandscaping. The only thing I don't like about these, the texture, the texture and the actual design is fantastic. They're just too high compared to when you look at some of the other options. Like if you go into the table saw, how you can take, let's go to the table saw here real quick and demonstrate this. It won't do dirt. Silly me. So let's take the thinnest one we can find. and place that there. So when you take that, you know, like if you were doing some kind of carpet or something, you can see how this is half the height of that. But the texture on it is just gorgeous. So it just depends on what application that you want to use that on. So these pavers, so if, you know, if I took these bushes all the way across, you kind of wouldn't notice that. But you do notice it that when you come over to the stair, it almost acts like another stair. The other thing that I found, and I'll show the mods in a second. This is a retaining wall. And if you look at this texture is really good looking. However, you go to the other side and you lose it. I kind of wish it would have carried over to the other side, because if you come out at a distance, that doesn't look too good. So you'd have to really be, you know, it's like a fence in real life. One side is the beautiful side, one side is the ugly side. So you just have to make a determination of what side you want. And these go together. There's an inside corner, a left. So there's 4 different, to build a wall, there would be 4 different blocks that one would use. Now, in the default game, I'm pretty sure it's in the default game. This is the Cobblestone Wall. And yes, so you do that, and it'll just keep, you know, keep going as far as you need it. Where this one, you have to place the 4 individual, you know, you have a left corner, outside corner, right outside corner, middle, and then you also have an inside corner. So it's a little more work, but the results are really, really cool. Other thing about this is that you can dye the blocks, where this one you cannot. So I'm going to need dye anyway, because I do want to see. Ooh, I want to see what black looks like on there. Get rid of this tree fern. I want to let me get rid of this. There we go. And anything else I can get rid of? Nope. And this one there's a mossy one, and there's also like a reddish colored. So it'll go real good with castles. So let's go take a look at this real quick, because I want to check out the different dyes. So these are different cobblestones. So I made it off of this. It's called the My Corners machine. No, I did not. I lied. It's this one here. It's Mylandscaping. So here are the patio pavers. And then you have Deco Walls, columns, and column toppers. This is rather interesting. So I'm going to show you that in a second. But here's the retaining walls. So I use the Aldrich. So what you're going to do, you see here, you have your outside corner, your inside corner, your right, like end cap, middle, and left. So you can take dyes, and you need the concrete. It's a bag of concrete mix from your inventory if you're playing in creative mode. So let's see what happens when I take a free port. Oh, well, that's not a dye. That's a plant. Ooh, that looks good. Okay, that's a left wall. So let's take a middle, and let's take a right one just to get some effect here. That's a column topper. That is awesome. I love dragons. I am a huge dragon fan. So this is the right one. Let's go with the left, middle, and end. Okay. See, you would kind of want to use this on your inside because you don't want people coming up and seeing that. But the other side looks really, really good compared to that, which has it on both. The main thing about this is that it's dyeable, where this is not. Yeah, this node cannot be colored. Oh well. So we go back into here, and this can also be colored. So you can have a dark one, light one. So that is really, really cool. So if we go back to, look at that. Now we have, where did that come from? Okay, we have a dark colored one and we have a light colored one. So I want to play with these some more because these look okay. These would look really cool. I found with if you use shrubbery in between them, like you use these as midway points. I found that to be really cool. And the Deco Walls, I have to play with this one. This is a decorative column. I don't have any inventory space left. So let's get rid of some stuff here. I'm gonna need that. Oak tree leaves, I don't need that. I had to cut back some of my oak trees. Yeah. Oh, I needed that. I'm still on 4.15 for the game version. So let's see what this looks like. Deco column wall black. Okay. And what is that? Random decorative wall. Peaked decorative wall. Sure. Why not? Let's see what those do. Go out to our little test area here. That is nice. Those are almost like garden pavers, or not garden pavers. Your little surrounds. So like you could you see the. Let's see what this one was. Let's see if I can move it. Nope. Not actually sure what I would use that for, but I could find the use for these because you could do like an edging, lawn edging. A little flower garden. You could set up a little lawn edging. I think we're going to use those up in the waterfall house. All right, so that's a good one too. Scallop decorative wall, random wall. So there's a lot of things in here that you could find use for. You have to just use your imagination. And I chose the wrong one again. Okay, kind of cool. Again, it's only one-sided. So you have to be very cognizant where you put it. But look at that detail. Let's put a dragon on it. Now you see right there, you got a pedestal with a dragon. I like that. I'm going to find a use for that. That will look cool. And now here's some of the other ones real quickly. We have Mybricks. So these are different textures that I put on Mybricks. And these are chiseled. That's the more interesting one. So, but here we have bricks, and you could basically, you have different bricks. I'm not too fond of the white ones, these light colored ones, but I'm sure that they would have a real good purpose. So take that out. Let's see what this one will look like. It's not bad if you want to do some kind of decorative touches. But I'm going to have a lot of uses for, because that's the color brick that I want. Yeah, that's the color brick that I want. And the other one in the inventory, if you go into stone, and you'll see it in there, this one. I really do not like the color of that. I like it. That would be cool if it was darker, but it's not. And there's another one in there, another actual brick one. And it's just too, it almost seems like it's too busy. That brick. Why didn't that show up? There's another one in here. There it is. That one. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of. I keep throwing stuff away that I don't want. I don't know if it's my mouse acting up. Let's grab that. Get rid of that. See, that's just too... It's too bright. It needs to be dull. Maybe it's because it has the lighter style grout. I mean, it does look good, but it's all personal preference. I don't like it, but somebody else might absolutely love it. So you're just going to have to play around with exactly what you like. Like, here's different colors. I mean, these textures are absolutely gorgeous. You know, however, you go to the back side and I do know it's a lot of work. This is cool. This is the next thing I'm going to show. Unfortunately, it only does it on brick or on stone. But that's chisel. So if we take, and of course I got rid of my stone and I need it. If you take, and I tried it on marble, it doesn't work. That would have been the ultimate if you put it on marble. So this is the chisel tool. So let's put down a stone and let's go to the chisel. If you right click on it, that's horizontal groove, vertical groove. It changes the chisel pattern. Square, cross grooves, chisel 4 edges, horizontal, vertical, cross grooves, and square. So if I go back to chisel 4 edges and then left click on it, you see how that cuts that out, and you can keep going. So you have different levels that you can actually stop at. So that is really cool. So let's go back here and do, and each one of these, let's do a cross groove. Now, every time you hit it, you can chisel out more and more until finally it gets there. So you can find, I wonder if that would try to make a good table. Oh, that's cool. So let's say somewhere you wanted, there. That actually looks like you could make a sort of stone table out of it. And it's dyeable. So you can throw a dye at it if you have unified dyes, which in the Dream Builder pack you do. Let's take a look at another one real quick because these are awesome. We did square, horizontal groove, vertical groove. Did we do cross? Yeah, we did square, chisel 4 edges. Yeah, we already did that one. Let's go back. There's a horizontal groove. And like I said, you keep hitting it and it'll adjust the deepness. And this one, we want to do, there's vertical, cross, square. I think the square one is the one I want. Yeah. There we go. That looks really cool. And I have that in the main house to give some depth into a bookshelf area that I'm using. So you could find a lot of different things that you could do with this. You know, how you can carry that out. And what would be real nice is, you know how you have this horizontal one, is if you could have like a little corner like that. That would be kind of cool. Now, this is sort of similar to in Minecraft, they have a thing called Chisel and Bits. And let's see, horizontal groove, vertical groove. It would be kind of cool if you could do something like that. But cross grooves, square, chisel four. Did I do chisel 4 edges? Yeah, I already did that. Why am I keep doing the same thing? Unless chisel 4 edges, horizontal groove, vertical groove, cross grooves. Oh, square is the inner one, where chisel 4 edges is the outer one. Well, alrighty then. Chisel 4 edges, horizontal, vertical, cross. We already did the cross, but you get the idea, and that's really cool. So that plays it. That really does a great job. And you can do, like I said, you could do some really cool artistic things with these blocks. You just have to use your imagination. Look at that. That's, oh, you know what? See, you there's a lot of different things that you can do with this stuff. You can make a decorative pedestal. Okay, so we looked at all that. This one is the Mybricks. This one is the corner machine. Oh, and so stone, and wood. I wonder if you could do marble. Nope. I wonder. I have to play with that some more. It wasn't acting the way that I wanted it to. So I have all these machines. This is how you can make, so you put stone in here, or you put cobble, it creates concrete mix, and you put sand in, and this is going to give you your bag of concrete mix. So your bag of concrete mix and your dye, and you can make all these other simple things or elaborate things. So this is the Mylandscaping. This is the my corners. This is my bricks. I have a load of stuff from this guy. That's the sign workshop, which I haven't been able to get to. This one is your soffit and fascia for my siding. This one is the house siding. Now there is some duplication because you can, well, this is only going to do one side, where this one is going to carry that all the way around the block. So, and then my deck, which I absolutely love. And then the paint booth, which I always have problems with, but I did get it to work in one episode. So, and then you have the chisel. That works out fantastic. So here's our little workshop area. Go from there. There's one thing I did not check to see if vertical, cross, square. I think I want square. Yeah. If the node is already colored, you can't do anything with it. But if it's not, then you can. You can almost, look at that, you can make little tiles. However, that's going to be an indent. So if you don't mind the indent, then there you go. So if the block already has, if the block is already colored, well, now that brings up a good point. So let's see if I can color the block after the fact. So let's take some more black dye. Oop, take some more black dye. This node cannot be colored, but that one can. All right. So once you already color a node, then once you already do something to that node, it's kind of done. Let's get rid of some of this stuff here. And we're going to go play somewhere else now. We're done with this stuff. So you just have to use your imagine. Huh. See, I turned that off. Doesn't matter. Let's go out here and play. Oh, I hate when I do that. So there you have it. A lot of cool stuff. Won't let me pick anything. I wish the inventory was, no, I want that plant. Thank you. I wish the inventory was endless. Nope, nothing. So there you have it on that. I like it. I think it has, this can make some really cool retaining walls. Oh, I just figured it out. Okay, it's a retaining wall. So what have we learned? A retaining wall, you're going to have something behind it. It retains. So I think I answered my own question on that. That's why the texture is only on the one side. It's not meant to be like a wall as in terms of your cobblestone wall. There, I used it incorrectly. So, given that, like I said, you have to use your imagination in how you want to use these. So where that would look really good, right behind it, right over here. So you have this lip up here, and you could do a stair, or you know, to create a flower box or something like that, like I did over by the main house. Or you could use those blocks. So that would, see, now I really like that wall. And I am going to try that. We don't, you see, we don't want our, we do not want our tenants falling coming straight out of the house and then falling down. There we go. Except that's a little too much. There, that's fine. I'm liking that. I want to change the color of these to match the pavers, or I can basically I can take the light dye and redo those pavers, which I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's go take a look back over here real quick. See if I get some super height off of that. Nope. I didn't. Let's go take a look at that though. Isn't that is gorgeous. Especially when you come up to it and it's got that kind of that hazy fog. I want to get rid of some of these. It doesn't play too well in my world here. I was also thinking about putting in a pond here because you have this naturally occurring area, but I don't want to overdo it. So like right in here, and make that come out to here to make a koi pond. Maybe with a little waterfall. That would work. Because one of the things that I do is, yeah, and I just don't stop. So I am working on that. Because if I do any more to this area, I'm going to kill it. And I don't want to overdo. Oh, yeah. See? See? It turned into dry shrub. Both of them. It didn't work. I don't know. What are you supposed to do with it? You're supposed to throw water on it or something? And that's a shame because that's the only one that won't. And I've planted those things on grass near there. And it does the same thing. However, having 99%, this game is all about 99%. It's just that much there. There it goes. And I kept calling those acorns. I don't know what they are. It's not an acorn. It is. Let's get rid of some stuff here. Because I can't pick that up. It looks like an acorn. That one says it's an acorn. In the last video when I was looking at the trees, okay, there's the acorns, because these are oak trees. Yeah. So let's come through here. The Douglas fir had a fir cone. But I am really... There's one. There's a fir cone. Okay. So I am really enjoying this area. This you could spend hours. You see, I have a little bit more blending to do over here because that doesn't look natural. But this is where I stopped. So I have a little bit more blending to get that. Let's see, what was that? 4 soil 4, 4 soil 3. Not particularly care about killing flowers. However, see how that blends real nicely in. Looks a lot better. And it's all personal taste. You have to really play with it. So like I said, this is the main traveled portion of the path, and then this is the outer portion. But then again, under this tree, you can see there's no sunlight. So we're going to have a real issue with sunlight there. This I could have probably just left a little better, but it gives the overall impression of a heavily walked path or area because there's no grass there. So we have the little tree house, we have the overdone forest with oak trees, beech, and there's my Frankenstein apple tree and a sequoia with a tree house. And that works out beautifully. See, I won't be able to pick that egg up. I wanted that plant. Yeah. Yes, I did. I just figured something out on here. And everybody probably already knew this, but let's pick that egg up. Let's see if it gives us a chicken. Yes! Look at that! We have a chicken. If you put down grass, and you could change the height of the grass of how high you want it. Alt grass 1, 3, it randomizes it. That is cool. And I don't know why it took me that long to figure that out. I wish it was a darker color because then it would really, go good. But I'm really, really enjoying that. So that's it. That's going to be it for this episode. We're going to really start playing with some of these textures and making it just giving the builds a lot more depth. I am happy with the way that the landscaping is starting to turn out, because I really studied a whole bunch of other builders on how they do their landscaping. And see, now these, what I'm talking about, we can do stuff with that retaining wall blocks. But this is what I started working on over here with the oh, of course you did. All right, now we're back. How long we're back for, I don't know. But I'm gonna put no dragons. Yeah. Because I'm going in the dragon business. I wonder if you can turn these. Look at that. That cool or what? There's my Mychisel. It's probably not going to stay like that, but I do like the way that looks. I might actually do the whole wall like that. I want to try something here. I can't put it there because there's something already there. I can't put it there. I was going to put the dragons flanking the fireplace. Oh well. That's going to do it for this episode. Always love recovering from a crash. And, yeah. All right, just a quick look at the prairie path where I live in Lombard. Yeah, so it's really cool. You got the trees forming an archway over the path. That's where I came from, right back here. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to replicate the sand. So, yeah, it's about 93 degrees out, and I decided to go for a little workout. And so, when you get to the end of the video, please like and subscribe, and get out and explore. Use this for inspiration. This is just, look at those trees. It's something else. So, it's a gorgeous summer day. Watch more Minetest videos. And thank you for watching. Bye.